Good? Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First thing you guys all have to understand about the entire model. Everything is focused inside your body. What the heck does that mean? Because normally, training was the inheritance from Soviets. They started the whole field of exercise science in like the 40s and 50s. And their whole goal was to make their Olympic lifters lift more weight because that was their main sport. They're competing with the USA in the Olympics and stuff like that. And so, since they started measuring things of training, they obviously used the Olympic lifts to measure that. That's why you see every athlete and their mother nowadays Olympic lifting. That's why you see football players Olympic lifting. Every single sport apparently now needs Olympic lifting, which they don't. It's just that they inherited the model from the Soviets. Nobody ever took the time to understand it. Very American, almost. So, what this means really is that training should not be focused on the movement patterns of the outside. It should not be focused on how are we going to squat, how are we going to bench, how are we going to clean, how are we going to snatch. It should be focused on the things that determine your ability to do those things in the first place. And that's what I'm going to push over to the screen in a little bit. How the whole model works, as in the inside of your body works for every single muscle of every single joint. But basically what this means is that movements, they start inside of you. It starts in your head. It starts with your nervous system sending a signal to your joints. And after that, their execution from the outside is just that what we see on the outside, the movement of the squat, is just what happens after the signal gets sent. But we can control that. We can only control how the signal gets sent and where it gets sent to. That's why the constraints, what stops you from doing what you want to do, is all internal. It's all inside your body. Make sense? Now, this is just so you guys understand where everything kind of plugs into each other. This little thing over here. This is FRC. Look at the internal strength model. Look how big this thing is. It's like if FRC is just end range, internal strength is all the ranges. Basically, you're gonna relate a lot to this because you guys in FRC, you guys just talked about end range, right? It was mostly end range training and the linear path of how to manipulate end range training for different speeds and different tissues. Here they put those same concepts applicable to every single tissue in every single range of motion. That's pretty much the difference. And so it creates like the complete training model. This is the most important thing, and I know it looks a little bit funky. Please don't laugh at it. This is your brain. This is your nervous system. This is the bone. This is your joint capsule. These are your rotational muscles. These are your linear muscles, and this is the world. This is the outside space. Training, forever, always. External training is all this shit, all this outside stuff. Squats over here. Bench press over here. Overhead press over here. Name me an exercise. Over here. They're all outside. They're consequences of movements that happen in here. But nobody takes the time to focus in here, which is exactly where we should be, because that's where movement starts. And that's every single movement ever, by the way. It doesn't have to be a gym. It can be you picking up a cup of water.